without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to two women. That's my mama. Hi, Mom. I hope she's watching. I told her to. And that's my daughter, Lola. These two women have completely shaped the relationship that I have with money. My mother has always been, will always be, a seamstress and a master sewer. She can do amazing things with a sewing machine. It's kind of crazy. I cannot, by the way. I don't know how to sew. I've never learned how to sew. That was not what my mother taught me. What my mother taught me was how to manage money. So when I was about 10, my dad left and my mother was tasked with raising two medium-ish children, putting food on the table, putting a roof over our head. What she had always done was to sew, and most of the time it was a hobby business, probably not unlike a lot of people who are watching online, have those hobby businesses. But when he left, she had the decision. She had an either-or to think about. Either she could go out, get a job, pay the bills, do what was responsible, or she could go on assistance, she could try different things just to be able to stay home. Luckily, she had that shift in perception. Luckily, she realized there was a both and she decided to make her business work as a full-time job. Now, that said, we never had a lot of money. Seamstresses don't make a whole lot, although we've been working on that. I'm looking at you, Mom. She was able to do this. So from the time that I was 10 years old until the time that she remarried when I was 20 years old, she put food on the table and a roof over our head, sewing for her customers, doing hems, taking dresses in, changing things around for people's clothing. But here's the thing, even though we never had a lot of money, I lived an abundant life as a 10 to 20-year-old. I had the music lessons that I wanted. I went to church camp. I had the musical instruments I wanted, and I wanted a lot, and I had a lot. I had clothes when I wanted clothes, because my mother made a point of always teaching me that what we value, we can go out and get. So we didn't spend a lot of money on things we didn't value. We didn't spend a lot of money on vacations, because we never really needed vacations, although I think that probably would have been good. But we didn't spend a lot of money going out to eat. We didn't spend a lot of money on fancy things or on a lot of money on a car or a lot of money on a house. We lived in a teeny tiny, beautiful little house that my mother had put together. Instead, we spent money on what was really important to us. For me, it was those musical instruments, it was summer camp, it was the trips with the band. That's what we spent money on. And I always felt like the answer would be yes and never no. I never had that feeling that, well, there's just not enough money, so you can't do that. The answer was always yes when I really wanted something, and I learned to ask for the things that I really wanted and not worry about the stuff I didn't care about.